Okay, welcome everybody to another pronunciation lesson. We're going to look at the unstressed schwa sound today, which is a very important sound. You couldn't possibly do a pronunciation course without mentioning this sound, and I have read that it's the most common sound in the English language, and I'm not an expert, but that sounds absolutely correct to me in every way, and that's because when we say sentences like I want to go to the shops to get some milk, we rarely say it like that. Yeah, we usually say it quite quickly, and the words that aren't stressed, especially prepositions like to, very often prepositions like to and other prepositions like for or anything with an o or an o sound in there, it seems to me, very often these prepositions will turn into the schwa sound. So what is this schwa sound? Well, another good reason why it's the most common sound in English is it's the sound in the. Yeah, and you've obviously seen this word quite a lot when you study English, the. Yeah, and so it's there as well in the, and it's in so many of our kind of prepositions, would be the technical term for it. Very often our prepositions become the schwa sound when we're speaking in a quick way or a relaxed way, in a natural way, you might even say. So the schwa sound is always unstressed. That's point number one, that's why it's in the title. It's well worth remembering. And it actually sounds quite similar, but it's not the same. It sounds similar to the in but or cupboard. But I hope you can hear that it's not cupboard, it's cupboard. Cupboard. It's not cupboard, yeah, it's cupboard. And it's certainly not cupboard or cupboard or anything like that. It's cupboard. Cupboard. The P is silent. And the board is not a board, it's a bud. Bud. And I hope you can hear that that's not bud, but bud. Bud. That's the difference between the and the unstressed schwa sound. They're close, but they're not the same. If we take a word like custom, it starts with the just like cupboard, but then goes to They are different. This is more of an and the unstressed schwa is more of an yeah, if that makes sense. Cupboard, yeah, so there is a difference. That's number one. But I mean, this one can be stressed, and the unstressed schwa sound cannot be stressed. It's always unstressed, and that's something I want you to remember. So remember is a good word to use as an example because it has the unstressed schwa sound at the end. Remember, yeah? And most other words that end ER, AR or OR have this unstressed schwa sound at the end. Now you might remember, or maybe you haven't watched this class yet, but there is a poem on this course by Edgar Allan Poe, and it's got a lovely couple of lines where it says, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. So you can hear remember, December, ember, that repetition of the unstressed schwa sound. It sounds very nice in that rhyme.